And his last line was responding to Harry's son Albus when he asked why everyone was staring, and Ron jokingly said, "It's me. I'm extremely famous." Ginny Weasley. Her first line was responding to her mother when she asked what number the platform was, and the 10-year-old Ginny yelled out, 9 3/4. Although, I don't know why Mrs. Weasley didn't know the number 9 3/4. She had gone to Hogwarts herself, and additionally, she'd been taking her kids there for 9 years, and the number 9 3/4 never changed. But anyway, Ginny's last line was, "Moving on," saying this to her husband Harry as they watched their son Albus walk to Hogwarts for the first time. Then go out. When he met Harry for the first time in Diagon Alley, both being fitted for the robes, Malfoy said his first line, "Hello, Hogwarts too." Earlier on visit Harry's relationships with her friend, joint shops, although he did the work picture as the conversation began. His last line was in the death here during the Battle of Hogwarts, saying, "I'm Draco Malfoy. I'm Draco. I'm on your side." Neville Longbottom. Neville's first and last lines are some of my favorite in this video because they fit the show's transformation. His first line was when Hogwarts was grass, where he stuck his head off the window top and whether the platform would be. I've also had full things classic Neville. But his last line shows how strong he became. During the Battle of Hogwarts, talking to Voldemort, he said, "I'll join you when hell freezes over." Dumbledore's army, and this got the crowd of good guys to roar with excitement. Luna loved it. Her first line was responding to Ginny after Ginny asked how her summer went, and as Luna's eyes fell on Harry first, she said, "Yes, sir, it's waiting for him. Look, Harry." And her last line was in the Battle of Hogwarts. To distract everyone so that Harry could slip away, she pointed out the window and said to the crowd, "Look, a glimmering Uptaker." Sirius Black. His first line was actually a spell that he used to shrieking Jack. As he disarmed Harry and Hermione using Ron's wand, he yelled, "Expelliarmus!" And for his last line, I'm actually going to go over two of them. The first line was his last line while living. While fighting his cousin Bellatrix Lestrange, he laughed and egged her on, saying, "Come on, you can do better than that." And seconds later, Bellatrix hit him in the chest, and he died as he fell through the veil, the laughter at his final line still visible on his face. Then, 2 years later, Harry got back to the resurrection. And when Harry asked him from it, Voldemort and Harry's parents, Sirius said, "We are part of you, visible to anyone else." Albus Dumbledore. Dumbledore's first line was on Privet Drive while waiting for Hagrid to bring baby Harry to his aunt, and when he saw the cat, he knew to be his animatrix friend. He said, "Fancy seeing you again, Professor McGonagall." And like Sirius, I'm going to go over multiple final lines, 3 to be exact. The first was his final living line. When he was faced with Snape, he said, right before Snape killed him. I've always wondered if Dumbledore thought about this line beforehand and practiced it, because he was straight up acting. He was trying to sell that Snape was a Death Eater, not working. And all things considered, I think his acting was pretty good. And now his final line in the after Harry was in the person did the forest and see Dumbledore, Harry asked him if it was real or if it was happening inside his head. And Dumbledore replied, "Hey, of course it was happening inside your head, Harry. But why on earth should that mean that it is not real?" And then we have one final line from Dumbledore, this time from Dumbledore, which some people might count and others might not. But I'm gonna put it in just so people don't get mad at me in the comments. When Harry told Dumbledore's clear that he was going to take notice of everyone's first was taking home on Harry's first day. When he got to Harry's day, he paused and said, "Harry Potter, Lord, and we're going to go over the final lines. First, we have 1 second before he died, he said, "Harry," which was Snape basically seeing the eyes of the woman he loved, who Harry had inherited an eyes from. The film later added the line, which they sort of had to, because the book describes how Harry's green eyes found Snape's black eyes, and there's no good picture of how decide having Snape found Snape. That being said, I actually prefer the movie's final line to the book. Then we have his actual final line in the series, which is actually in a flashback. Dumbledore's portrait and told him to give the sword and Gryffindor to Harry, and he recommended not to be seen. Snape said, "Don't worry, Dumbledore. I Fred's first line was him messing with his mind. final line was after he had just made up the odds for the last good. His friend said, "You're joking, Bruce. Actually, we're I don't think I've heard you joking before. Just then, walk next to them friends. His first line was on platform 93. Seeing Harry struggling with his time, he said, "What again?" And his final line was right before the Battle of Hogwarts, where he said, "Where all the good Death Eaters will be taken." Percy Weasley. Percy's first line was also on platform 9 3/4, and he said, "Can't stay long. I'm up front. Kids have 2 compartments to themselves." And his last line occurred right after the death of his brother Fred. He saw the Death Eater responsible for the explosion that killed Fred, and he yelled, "Oh boy," as he pursued the Death Eater. All the first line was returning from work. "What a night! 9 rage! 9!" And his last line was a worried Mr. Weasley during the Battle of Hogwarts. Harry had asked him where Ron and Hermione were, and he said, "Haven't you found?" But he was cut off by Kingsley. Thankfully, Mr. Weasley later found out that his son and Hermione were all right. Charlie Weasley. His first line was in the 4th book when he met Harry for the first time. "How are you doing, Harry?" And his last line was actually him singing while at his brother Bill's wedding alongside Hagrid and another old wizard. "Oh no, the hero." Bill Weasley. Bill's first line was making fun of his brother Percy's worthless work after Percy told his siblings to keep it down. He sarcastically said, "Sorry, Percy. How are the cauldron bottoms coming on?" And his last line was right before the Battle of Hogwarts. His younger sister wanted to
That probably would
Let me
make
go
things
get your
worse.
medicine.
That probably would make things worse, I'd say.
The warmth.
Yeah.
His first line was responding to Dumbledore
It was
after
your
he asked
lunch
where he got the
today
flying
too.
motorbike.
Your treat for
"Why
in
would
your
you like
lunch.
Dumbledore, sir?"
And you got
"Don't serious.
good. Oh,
And his final line was about the Battle of Hogwarts. In the book, there was a slightly different order of events. After Neville made his speech, this is when he killed Newt. And once he did, Harry did not repeat himself like he did in the film, but rather got up, put on the invisibility cloak, and this is when Hagrid uttered his final line in the series. "Where's Harry?" Peter Pettigrew. His first line was in the drinking shack after he was revealed to the scavengers. "Remus, my old friends." And his final line was seconds before his magical death. When he entered the cell where Harry and Ron were, he said, "Stand back. Stand away from the door. I am coming in." Her first line was during the feast the night her school arrived to Hogwarts, and she went over to the Gryffindor and said, "Excuse me, are you one that see with the beast?" I'm sorry if I butchered that pronunciation. I really tried. And the last line, which was directly about his encounter with one name. Who does he know? Or like response. Minerva McGonagall. The first line was actually responding to Dumbledore's first line after he identified her as Cat. "How did you know it was me?" And finally, one of the most simple yet most powerful lines on this list. When she saw the supposedly dead Harry and Hagrid gone, she screamed, "Oh!" Harry thought to himself that this scream was terrible because he never dreamed that would make such a sound. Voldemort/Tom Riddle. His first line was when he was on the back of Quirrell's head, and he gave Quirrell an order when trying to get the stone, saying, his final line was, "Avada Kedavra," as he waved the wand for the last time when holding Harry at the end of the Battle of Hogwarts. Bellatrix Lestrange. Her first line was during a trial for torturing Alice, and after being sentenced to life in Azkaban, she screamed at the man who gave her that punishment, saying, "You're going to try again, Crouch." And her final line was during her fight with Molly Weasley. What will happen if you're